Hi, my name is Larry Lindahl. What you've been watching is a professionally made video done in the Family Life Studios. And that video is designed to show you the need for the ministry and also how God is using Family Life to meet that need. What you're seeing now is a homemade video, and the purpose of this is to introduce you to our family and also to ask you for your help. As missionaries, we are responsible for raising our own livelihood. Family Life doesn't pay us anything to work there. But before we ask you for your help, let me introduce you to our family. Come on.
I don't know what to do.
This is Naomi. She is our youngest. She is 6 years old. She's in kindergarten. We got her 4 years ago from a Guatemalan orphanage, and she is a bundle of energy.
Hey y'all, I'm Danny. I'm 14 years old and I'm the second youngest in the Lindahl family. I like to play my guitar, ride my ripstick, and jump on the trampoline.
Beast. 'Cause I'm a beast. I'm a dog.
Hi, I'm Marie Lindahl, and I'm a sophomore in high school. Actually, I'm not Marie, but I'm Courtney, but she doesn't want to be on camera. So, I'm in student adventure. I like pink. This is awkward, Marie. Hi, Marie. Bye.
No, wait a minute. Since we were unable to solicit Marie's cooperation to do the video, we decided to capture her in her natural environment.
What did you say?
You're going outside with the cookies? He took the cookies and ran.
My oldest son David is 19 years old. We just recently moved him to North Carolina, where he is attending school at NASCAR Technical Institute. He's going to learn how to be a auto repair mechanic. Hopefully he'll get into racing. And of course there's Muffin and Theodore. We're just one big happy family. Our calling to Family Life is a little bit unique. The way most people join Family Life is through mutual passion. People have a passion for marriage and family already, and they come across Family Life that shares the same passion as they do, and they decide to join the ministry. But ours is a little different.
Well, in 1996, we went to our first Weekend to Remember, and we were a family with young kids, and we saw it as an opportunity to get away and focus on our marriage. And it was a really great weekend, so great that the next year we decided to save up for it and stay overnight in the hotel. And so in 1997 we did, and it was really a nice retreat. It was a chance to get away and a chance to focus on each other and leave the busyness of the days behind. And Sunday morning, they split the men and the women up, and I was in the women's session and just really relishing the glow of the weekend, the time, the opportunity, and just thinking how great it was. And the thought came to me, why don't you join a ministry like this? And it caught me by surprise because I was perfectly content the way we were. I loved where we lived, our home, we were close to family, and I thought, why am I thinking this? So I kind of discarded it and went back to the main session, and there was an invitation on my chair for the staff opportunities meeting. And I thought, that's weird. I have no desire to go to a staff opportunities meeting. So I tucked it in with my stuff, and the speaker gave his talk, and as he was giving his announcements, he looked right at me. And he said, the staff opportunities meeting is after lunch before the next main session. And this was getting really weird. So we left, and I thought, you know, if I say something, Larry is going to take this as a sign that we need to sign up and go. So I better not say anything. And so I'm keeping real quiet. And we left the room, and we walked past the meeting room, and there was a big sign that said, this is where the staff opportunities meeting is at 12:30. And I'm getting really kind of weirded out by this. And we headed down the escalator to the food court, and we got in line to get some lunch, and there was a sign at the restaurant that said, help wanted. And at this point I realized this was God saying, will you join us in this ministry? And rather than deciding if this was something I wanted to do or not, I realized it was an issue of obedience. And did I want to obey what God was calling us to do, or did I want to rebel? And I certainly didn't want to do my own thing. but doing what God was asking me to do was pretty scary.
It was a strange calling. I mean, we were walking to lunch and Lynn wasn't talking to me. So here we are at this wonderful marriage weekend towards the end of it, and all of a sudden my wife isn't talking to me. So I was thinking, what, did I make her mad? Did I say something? And I didn't know it at the time, but God was talking to her about joining family life. And so when we sat down for lunch, we sat at this little two-person table. She couldn't eat her food, she couldn't look at me, she couldn't talk. And finally I said, what is the matter? And she said, Larry, do you think you could work for an organization like Family Life? And when she said that, I remembered thinking about that in the conference too. But I discarded the thought thinking it was my idea. I didn't think that maybe God was calling us. And so when she said that, I remembered thinking the same thing, and we both knew immediately that God was calling us to join Family Life.
So we went to that staff opportunities meeting and walked the steps, and
Here we are.
yep.
Come this way, I'll show you my office. This is Alan. He's from Kansas. Hi, Alan.
Hey.
Just about everybody that works here is from somewhere else. This is my strategic work environment. This is basically where I spend most of my time. We work with the hotels to make sure that when the conference happens that they know what to do. When I'm on site, I am the behind-the-scenes administrator. I'm in charge of everything. But I'm also the laborer. I also do all the setup, the pipe and drape, the screens, the projectors, the computers, and I also run the AV during the event. I've joked with people that my job description on the weekend to remember is to make sure nothing bad happens. And that's really the only time we get any recognition is when something bad happens. We like being behind the scenes, and it's so much fun being at these things and watching God change lives. You can tell that we are a very real family dealing with everyday life just like everybody else. And the reason we're passionate about what we do is because marriage and family is at the core of our society. Not only our society, but every society that ever existed. I mean, think about all the problems in the U.S., all the way down from the crime rate to the federal deficit. What problem wouldn't be improved if marriages and families stayed together? I mean, I can say with certainty that you have been touched by divorce, if not by your own divorce, certainly by someone you know and love who's been divorced. And we need people like you to keep us doing what we're doing.